This is the life I want. I want to be doing this non-stop. I want to be constant. I want to be exhausted. And I think, as cliche as it sounds, timing is really important. Like, just because something's a no at some point doesn't mean it's going to be a no forever.
Now, some fun facts about Talina. She can make a unique and silly sound with her mouth.
Yeah, she can.
Are we ready? Should we do a countdown?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to FairPlay, the Fair's new show exploring journeys through the magical medium of music.
Guests are asked to choose 5 songs which define their journey through life in the industry. Whether it be a song from their first concert, the first act they ever booked, a guilty pleasure, and so many more.
I'm Nicky D.
And I'm Will.
For those who don't know, the Fair are an independent festival production company based in London but producing events across the UK, in Europe, the US, the metaverse and beyond.
We've created this show as we are keen to amplify a range of voices from across the industry. Whether it be from DJs to promoters, production staff to agents, we've been speaking to people from all across the festival sites.
We've attached a track list in the description below. Take a look and leave a comment.
So hi, joining us today is none other than DJ, producer and radio host Talina Naveed. Welcome, Talina. How was your day? How was it getting?
Soggy.
Soggy, yeah. Thank you for swimming here.
Yeah, I really did. I feel like I put on my snorkel, my little, what is this called? Is this part of the snorkel? That is the snorkel.
That's the snorkel.
I put on the snorkel goggle mask.
Yeah.
And I swam here with my flippers. And you know what? Running with flippers is actually really hard, because if you imagine running with flippers on the concrete, you're sort of jerking and jarring and jiving. But no, I literally spend my whole life on the overground, coming from West London to East London.
So for those of you who don't know, Talina is a DJ producer and also one of the radio hosts of Backstage Chats with the lovely Angus, who's on one of our other podcasts, and then also South Asian Overground, new broadcaster on Rinse FM. Very exciting.
Do you want to know something quite embarrassing, actually?
Always.
My phone case now has a Rinse FM sticker.
Excellent. Do you want to hold that up to the camera? We could do a still as well. Excellent.
I know it's embarrassing, but I'm so gassed.
So when's Rinse happening?
So what happened is I did a little trial show for them. And then I started doing bi-weekly. And then they liked me. So then now I'm doing weekly, but then it's going to be more than weekly.
Because you're a sensation.
Because I'm a sensation. So I'm working directly with G. Shout out G. He is an icon. He's the founder of Rinse.
Okay.
And I'm working with him to just build myself up as a presenter, get very involved with Rinse. They are going to be sick of me. Going to be sick of hearing me on the airwaves.
I don't think that would be the case. But I feel like you're just going to rinse them, aren't you? That's going to be...
I'm going to rinse them. I'm going to rinse them for everything they've got.
And talking of G's, the last one not to forget is your lovely duo with your friend Grace, G&T.
What a good segue. I love a good segue. Yes, G&T. So we are a DJ duo. Yes. Back-to-back besties is what we like to call ourselves. Can you say inappropriate words on this podcast?
I don't think we're allowed to, but we could use other words that maybe would connotate to the...
What if I spelt it?
Interesting. I feel
no.
Because maybe people could spell it a different way.
Like, basically, we cause girly chaos. So dead, like so dead, you know. Anyway, no, we formed kind of a really great back-to-back situation, which is actually really hard for those people that don't DJ to actually DJ with someone constantly, and for it to just be seamless, aside from some technical faults here and there. Seamless in terms of just like we bounce off each other really, really well. And I think it's just really nice having a little partner on the. I love a partner. Angus, Grace, love a partner.
Now, some fun facts about Talina. She can make a unique and silly sound with her mouth.
Yeah, she can.
Are we ready? Should we do a countdown?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
And so on and so forth. I've got lipstick on my hand
There
now.
will be a competition at the end if you can guess the track that was played. That was fantastic. It's a sensation. I think a round of applause. Wonderful,
Well
wonderful.
done. Oh, I just hit the mic. Love you. Sorry.
We may do that all the way through. Apologies. She can also count to 10 in Urdu. I think we should. Can we have the full 10?
Yeah.
And then I will try and get to 3.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do it. Go.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
And for some reason, when I get to 10, I say 10, like this. Like,
we got to 10. You got,
yeah, got to 10.
Are we venturing into 11 to 20 or?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Not a clue. Know what 11 is? 12, 13. No idea. In my opinion, they only go up to 10 in Urdu, ever.
But I feel like you can just kind of get everywhere from 0 to 10.
I agree.
I mean, you don't go out. I mean, I suppose some people do go out asking for 15 Jaeger bomb shots, but that's not saying that you should.
Is that maybe referring to yourself?
Not anymore. Anyway, moving into the first track choice. So this is a track from your first concert that you went to.
Yes.
I don't think we need any intros for the artists, as you will see, but there's a great story behind it. Would you care to share that with us?
Yes. Am I saying the track name or am I just...
I think we are going to leave this one as a mystery.
Okay, perfect. So when I was a young kipper, I went to this concert. I went with my parents, the first concert I ever went to, but I was a big mummy's girl. Like, I went to a school that was, you could board or you could go home, and I would go home, but sometimes I tried to board and it was embarrassing. I would have to call my mum at like 10 o'clock and I'd be like, come and get me. So I was a big mummy's girl, didn't like to be away from them.
What age was that?
I don't know, like between like maybe 8.
But that's like terrifying, like going to a boarding school and just...
Well, all the other 8-year-olds were happy. I was a big loser sitting on the stairs crying for my mum. So then we were at this concert and I remember it distinctly, only because it was my first concert, but also because the next day I was going to something called PGL, Parents Get Lost.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought that your parents come with you and then they just hide.
Yeah.
Because they get lost.
They don't.
They don't. So I was traumatized, even though I was at this concert, I was having a great time, loving it. And you know, a bit young, really, to be going to this concert. Yeah, 8 years old. And also, you know, the band that it was. I mean, I was a bit young for that. Yeah. But I was also emotionally traumatized because I thought I was never going to see my mum again.
But you did see her again.
Yeah, see her all the time.
So we're going to give our listeners a little bit of a clue because you need to answer the question. Is it Mark? Is it Jason? Or is it Howard for you?
Mark. So I was skiing the other week.
Yeah, you were.
And Gary Barlow. Should I have not said that?
No, you can say it now. I think hopefully they know. They should know.
Gary Barlow was just there at the ski resort. And my dad was like, Talina, this is Gary Barlow. I was like, yeah, I know. And then I was like, he's like, hey. And I said, hi, Gary. Look, I'm sorry, but I just prefer Mark. And he was like, oh. And I said, I'm not really that impressed that you're here. I wish it was Mark.
And with that heartbreak, we'll go straight into the song, which is Take That, Babe. So that was Babe, Take That. How did that feel?
You know what, beautiful? Really, I really do know the lyrics. And I like the little phone dial-y bit they have at the start, like, ding, ding, ding. He's like, because he's lost his girl. She's gone somewhere. Then he's turned up to the house where she was. Some geezer's saying, bro, she's not here anymore.
So the next section is called Backstage with Angus and Spilling the Tea on Talina. Here we go. So as well as DJing and producing, you co-host a lovely Backstage Chat.
I do.
And you've obviously spent a lot of time together over the years.
Yeah.
Do you know each other fairly well?
I would definitely say so.
Would you say he's more like a brother, more like a mate, more like an uncle?
So this is the thing, right? I feel like he's a bit more like my older brother because I get in trouble with him. I would nervous to introduce him to any gent that I might be dating, whereas my other male friends, it's fine. Whereas Angus, it's like,
what sort of trouble are you getting into?
Just like, he's just like, well, he's more like, oh, bruv, like, I'm not fucking meeting this guy. Like, oh, God, I swore. But no, definitely more like friends, but brother vibes kind of thing. And I have a lot of respect for him as well.
Nice. And where did you first meet? Was it on the...
We met in a lift on the way up to presenting for this magazine platform called House of Influence. He taught me how to DJ, and then obviously we've done radio together, backstage chats together. We're in it.
So thank God for that lift.
Thank God for the lift. I often think this because we both look back on that magazine and we're a bit like, but I'm very grateful because we got to meet each other, and he's really been a massive expander for me in my career. Separate to him, like rinse, DJing, all of this stuff has been really spurred on by him. So
you'd say he knows you quite well as well, then.
Yeah.
Interesting. He has given us some facts about you.
Right.
One, I feel is I'm going to say it's a little bit mean.
Mean?
Because people, you know, do this in a different way. He says that you sneeze.
I knew you were going to say that.
In a certain way, which may I share?
Yeah.
Or can you sneeze on command?
I don't know.
Not today.
I could try and show you.
Try.
Like, or like.
I think that's fine.
Yeah, but he's like, you don't actually sneeze like that. You just do it in public. So, like, it's not actually how you sneeze. I've heard you sneeze and when you don't know anyone's listening. I was like, shut your mouth.
I think if we learn anything from today, you should be able to sneeze how you want. You should be able to feel comfortable sneezing.
Yeah.
So, Talina, it'd be great to hear more about how you got into the industry and sort of like DJing and producing and all that.
This is so weird because I ask this question all the time to people on radio, and now I'm like, Oh, so I've always been a little performer. It's the Leo in me. Ever since I was a little kipper, doing Indian dancing in my auntie's garden, you know. So I've always known that I wanted to perform, but I was acting. That was my thing. And then I started doing some fashion presenting. I decided to set up my own fashion TV channel, YGSF TV, Your Guide to Street Fashion.
I see that.
But it was a bit dead. Not the show, but fashion. I just find it's a bit meh. But I got a flavour for presenting and I was like, I'm quite good at this. I'm quite good at interviewing people. So that kind of went on for a bit. And then randomly I auditioned for BBC Radio Oxford.
Yeah.
And got it. And Angus was actually my first guest on BBC Radio Oxford. But I did a mental health show for BBC Radio Oxford. And that was just before lockdown. So I did 6 shows and then Bye lockdown. Yeah. So then after lockdown, I was like, no, I really want to do this. I want to do the presenting stuff. And I loved radio. So then I got into podcasting, set up one with Angus, set up one with my friend Evie. Did a lot of small radios, like work for radio stations and stuff like that. And then just kind of built it up from there. So the presenting came first. Yeah. And then because I was in radio, I had to understand how to DJ. I had to understand how to do all these things. And so I learned to DJ via Angus, and then all of them just kind of
melded into this beautiful,
melted together into this lovely, colourful melting pot of meltings.
A fantasticum.
Yeah. And I will say one thing though, what's been really important for me has been being out and about in like your community, meeting people, because the more you immerse yourself in, for example, I'm in underground music. That's where my career sits as a presenter and generally. So the more I go out to underground music events and stuff like that, the more I'll meet people that will then want to give me opportunities, hopefully.
You get that flavour, don't you, when you're out there?
Yeah.
When you're actually meeting people, you can be like, oh, actually, let's talk about this, rather than just be like, what should I research? What should I do? When you've got that.
Yeah, exactly. And then also it was just about building my way up, you know, from radio station to radio station. And now I'm at Rinse, and for me, it is my favourite radio station. Aside from Radio 1, but that's completely different. And I'm gassed.
Well, congratulations. I mean, Thanks. It sounds like, as well, like on your journey, you've sort of like just taken the little bits that you've sort of worked and like, like you say, you started with the fashion, but you knew that it was presenting and that sort of music elements that you want to bring into it. And now look at you.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, thank you.
So speaking of sort of festivals and they're sort of meeting people's maybe a bit more above ground than sort of underground. You were saying that your sort of track for your favourite festival experience was the lovely El Dorado.
Yes, El Dorado. Love it. Best festival ever.
And why is it the best festival ever?
Oh, so many reasons. So one of them being it's quite a small festival. I don't like big festivals. I've said I'm only going to Glastonbury if I'm getting paid to go to Glastonbury, if I'm presenting or I'm DJing or something. Otherwise, I don't want to go just to go because I find it's too intimidating for me. But El Dorado is just small enough that I like to disappear off on my own for a little bit. I can do that and not worry about not being able to find my friends or the campsite or whatever. So that's one thing that I really love about it. But the other is just the lineup. Every single year is unreal. Like, it's just ridiculous. I can't get over it. It's like everyone that I love, but it can be a bit overwhelming because sometimes I get so excited that I might have a few too many beverages and I might miss some of the acts because, well, I don't know where I went. I got confused. I got lost.
Did you find it quite sort of easy to navigate around?
So easy to navigate around El Dorado. All of the stages are really well put,
mapped out.
Plopped.
Yeah, plopped. I like that.
Well plopped.
Plopped and plotted.
Like, you've got the one on the water, which is like a raft, and you can dance on the raft. Then you've got this whole entire street that they build, which you guys obviously actually know about this, don't you? And
for those of you out there that don't know, the fair did actually produce El Dorado 2022.
They did, and it was great.
It was great. It was lovely.
And also the Nest as well, which is like in the forest, and that's great. It's just an amazing festival, and all my friends go, like all my group of friends go every single year. So it's just a magical festival, and I absolutely love it.
So moving on to this lovely track, we're going to let you know what this one is. It's Eliza Rose and Interplanetary Criminal, Baddest of Them All. That was Baddest of Them All. And speaking of Baddest of Them All...
You love a segue,
I am a segue. We should just call this podcast Segue.
Segue.
Your favourite festival moment, I believe, is a festival known as Boiler Room.
Yeah.
May I Boiler Room was also produced by the Fair. It was a 10,000 capacity festival, and the stage was brought all the way over from the Netherlands. So there was a weird, different dynamic on this one.
It was brought over from the Netherlands.
Brought over from the Netherlands.
Shut up. Lovely.
Great. Anyway, what's your festival moments?
I feel like we're scratching each other's backs here. I'm scratching the Fair's back, the Fair's scratching my back.
Got a scratching. But yeah, so how did that happen, and how was it for you?
So it was honestly epic. Like, I had moments where I was stood on that stage and I could see my face on the big screen. And I was like, I can't believe this is happening. This is mad. So how it came about was Emily Howard is one of the assistant bookers. I think that's the correct job title at Boiler Room. And she was in a group chat with people, and she was saying, oh, we're looking for a female presenter for some new Boiler Room stuff. And then a few people threw my name out, so she got in touch. I sent my stuff over and she loved it and they all liked it, but I didn't get it. And she was like, but I want to keep you on our books. They were saying that because I'd not done anything big, like super big yet, they needed me to, do a bit more. And I was like, well, come on.
Do a bit more
until they give me the opportunity, right? But actually, very sweet, lovely, love Boiler Room, because then in August, I got an email asking if I wanted to present the Burgess Park Boiler Room on the Sunday. And I was like, yeah, this is the life I want. I want to be doing this non-stop. I want to be content. I want to be exhausted. Put so much makeup on my eyes because their eye bags are bagging everywhere because I've been doing so much. So it was epic. So the Saturday night at Ministry of Sound, that was the after party, and that was quite good because it eased me in. And I actually saw one of my now favourite DJs ever, a guy called Lunis. He's just, wow, unreal. But then the Sunday was the big boy day at Burgess Park, and the whole thing was my favourite moment, but I think the standout moment for me was when I was introducing Mura Massa.
Okay.
And I love the crowd. I love it. I'm a Leo, come on, I'm a performer. And I was like, when I say Mura, you say Massa. And I was like, Mura. And then there was thousands of people just screaming back to me, Massa. And I was like, yo, this is nuts. So it was great.
This is like almost like an out-of-body experience. Like,
yeah. I was like, wow. And I was it was 10 hours, I think, of presenting. I couldn't walk by the end, but not because I was drunk, because I've been on my feet for so long. And that actually led to me getting the interview at Rinse as well. I think it played a big part in it, because that happened, and literally a week later I got a message saying, T, we want you to come in. So
it's just the universe just going, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's pop you over here. So I suppose it's nice that you did almost have that initial sort of like no, because then it got you to the...
But I think that's really important. And I think, as cliche as it sounds, timing is really important. Like, just because something's a no at some point doesn't mean it's going to be a no forever. And people do remember you. That's what happened with Boiler Room. And you also have to harass people. Like, I'm serious. You have to keep... That's what I did with Emily at Boiler Room. I just kept saying, oh, I've done this now, and I've done more like festival stuff and this and that and the other, just to keep in mind,
Yeah. So for like sort of budding DJs and producers out there, you said you sort of like send stuff out over to them.
Yeah.
What would you sort of suggest would be the best things to send over to try and get that work?
Well, if you're a DJ, you just want to send over your mixes. You want to get doing as many mixes. You want to do a festival mix. You want to do a mix which is maybe a club mix, a mix which is more specific to the genres that you like to play. Like, I love to play Amapiano and garage. And also, if you have, played out as a DJ, you want to send some footage of you getting gassed up, playing some banging tunes.
Be in front of the 10,000 people doing a
No, exactly. But then from a presenting perspective, if you've not been booked for anything, which is fair enough, because that's what happened with me. I had to create a lot of my own content. Create your own content. Get someone to film you interviewing people on the street about something, or like go to festivals and interview people. And really, you have to just make your own stuff for people to actually see your skills. Because there's no point in being like, hi, can you give me a job as a presenter, if they can't see that you're good at presenting.
So like basically physically seeing what they're going to get.
Yeah.
Perfect. That's brilliant.
And do a lot and be consistent with it,
Yeah, I think consistency is the key, isn't it?
100%, because people talk about this a lot, but I feel like it's so true for me. I've been grafting and grinding at this for years and years, and only in the past 2 months has things really started to happen. It's not just like, oh, she suddenly just popped out and she just got a job on Rinse and here she is. No.
I think that's one of the things you said, wasn't it? It doesn't happen overnight.
No.
And then you need that consistency and you need to keep going.
Yeah.
But it's great to see that if you do the consistency and you do work hard, it does pay off in the end.
It does. And I also think graft is important to make you appreciate it, to have those moments like at Boiler Room where you're just like, Oh my God.
Makes it all worth it.
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly.
So with a completely sort of different track in it and talking about sort of live sets as well, the best track you've seen from a live set is brought sort of quite a lot of emotion for you.
Yes.
Would you mind sharing a bit about that for us?
Yes. Do I say the name of the track or not?
I think we can now. Let's
Remove
the curtain. Let's go.
I'm free. Yeah. Okay. So The Streets is my all-time favorite artist. I'm obsessed with them or him, or it's just Mike Skinner now. I get confused even though they're my favorite artist. Do I say them, him, The Streets? Anyway, all-time favorite. My auntie introduced me to The Streets when I was really little. She would pick me up from school sometimes, a school that I would cry at, because I didn't want to board.
She was 8. Leave her alone.
Literally, stop coming for me. And she would just, and it was a little bit of like a posh school, right?
I'm proud of the posh school.
I know, but it was funny because I was there in the car getting picked up listening to Garage. Like, that's it. Turn the page on the day, walk away. And then it's like, oh, I just took another pinger, this, that, and the other. Like, in the car, I didn't even do
biology.
it. Off to biology in my suit and tie. Hello, Mr. Johnson. How are you this morning? I was literally brought up with this and I've always loved it. Like, it really just gets my nervous system. So, and my auntie introduced me to it and we went to go and see The Streets at South Facing Festival a few years ago. I don't know how many years. I think it was 2 years ago. And it was the first time I've ever seen them live. And Mike Skinner opened with this one and it was honestly just mad. And me and my auntie went and we also went with her best friend, Carla. Shout out Carla.
Hiya, Carla.
Hiya, Carla. And we all just knew all of the words and it was absolutely mental. I couldn't believe it. I was like, this is crazy. Mike Skinner is nuts. He just drinks bottles of champagne on the stage and only wears all black. But also my auntie, I've got to shout her out because not only because she introduced me to The Streets, but she's battling cancer. She has been for a little while now and she's so strong. She's so positive. And yeah, so this is also why I wanted to pick this song to shout at her. So shout out my auntie Fel.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. I hope
No, thank you.
Soon. I think, should we dedicate this one to your auntie?
Let's dedicate this to Auntie Fel.
So this is for Auntie Fel. This is Turn the Page by The Streets. That was Turn the Page by Streets, dedicated to the lovely Auntie Fel.
Fel. You know it.
Sort of speaking about health, obviously music has been a massive part of your life.
Yes.
And you mentioned sort of mental health a little bit in the previous chats. And that's something you feel deeply connected to with the music. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, I just think, mental health in general is something that obviously everyone experiences, but I'm someone that's quite open about it. Like I go to therapy every week. Yeah. Me going to the gym is a non-negotiable 5 times a week, just not even because I'm trying to look all ling and that.
Keep that in.
Posh girl from Cheshire saying trying to look all ling and that. No, but just for my mental health perspective, like just keeping my head on my shoulders. And I think working in music and working in presenting and entertainment, every day is so different. Yeah. Like there's not really any routine. So I like to create that by going to the gym, going to therapy. And that's how I look after sort of my mental health. And it is really rough in this industry because you get rejected constantly and you're constantly comparing yourself to people all the time, being like, oh, well, this person started younger than me and I'm not where they are yet, so what am I, like all of that. Or if you're a producer, you're making music, then you're going to be like, oh, but there's already millions of people making this kind of music, so I'm not going to release it. And so it is a real thing. And I think that doing consistent things in your week to look after your mental health and making them non-negotiables is really, really important.
But also understanding that it is just, you are the only one. You are the only Talina.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting, like you said, about the routine and keeping that and checking, and also just being there for yourself, because sort of other things you mentioned was, talking about things like imposter syndrome.
Yes.
Do you find that quite a lot in the industry now?
Ooh, yeah.
Even more, less than before?
Yeah, definitely. So it's imposter syndrome with the presenting, not so much.
For those who maybe don't know what
that means.
Yeah, just give us
explain. So imposter syndrome, I guess, is when you're doing something and you feel like you're not good enough to be doing it, or you're not deserving enough to be doing it. So with presenting, I don't feel like that, because I really feel like that's been my bag for a long time. Yeah. I've really gone for it. So I feel very comfortable in that. I feel like I know what I'm doing. I feel more like mastered in that. Yeah. Whereas with DJing, that was a reason I didn't start for so long, because I just felt like everyone I know is a DJ. especially in this industry that I'm working in, everyone is better than me. Who am I to come in and start mixing and getting gigs and stuff when I don't know enough about genres, or I don't know enough about BPMs, or I don't know what a hi-hat is. Yeah. So that's been a really difficult thing. And I was literally talking to my friend's boyfriend about it before, because he's a DJ and he's so talented. And I was saying to him, I feel embarrassed sometimes that I don't know exactly what the genre of a certain song is and that kind of thing. And that feels like a bit impostery. Like, oh, well, if I don't know that, why am I DJing, or why am I presenting for a massive electronic music radio station? But he said to me, people don't really care about that. And people actually find it quite annoying when you're all like, oh, it's this deep techno house rhythm bump genre.
Can we have that one more time? Deep
techno house rhythm bump.
I love that. The album will be coming out next month.
But it's really a thing for me. And I'm lucky because I've had people around me like shout out Max, my friend's not ex-boyfriend, my friend's current boyfriend, who I just spoke to, and Angus, for just saying like, no, just do it. Yeah. And it's honestly, with the DJing stuff, the imposter syndrome is very much still there, but it's being what's the word? Challenged. Yeah. I'm so impressed I thought about. It's being challenged by the fact that things are going good. Yeah. So I should just carry on.
But they are going good, and I think the more we talk about it is so important. And I think it is, the more people that talk about imposter syndrome, people will actually know that probably everyone's got imposter syndrome in some way, shape or form. Yeah. So if we actually just talk about it, then it'll just maybe just delete itself and just go
exactly back. Or just normalize it. Be like, oh, everyone's got imposter syndrome. Yes. You know, like Bicep, one of my favorite DJs, they've probably got imposter syndrome. Don't know how, but they probably do.
But even like, you know, we didn't mention a lovely gentleman called Robbie Williams on the take. Sorry about that. You know, even he felt the nerves on his documentary of when he was performing to these, like the Nebworth stage and doing all those massive things. Like, he felt so nervous going out, but like, you're Robbie Williams. Like, so I think it's just normalising it and humanising it.
Yeah, and you know what, also on that point, and with the mental health topic, I think that's why a lot of people in music and entertainment do end up turning to substances to support them, because of the imposter syndrome. Because they're like, well, how do I feel more confident? How do I overcome this? Oh, I'll do this naughty thing. Whereas if we spoke about it more, maybe there'd be less naughty things going on. Yeah. Maybe.
Like you say, with the sort of entertainment industry, it is just sometimes no all the time, but it is yeses as well. And I think it's, when you look at all those incredible people, like, you know, yourself included, that when you've had those no's, actually when you get to that yes place, it's amazing.
It's mad. I can't even describe to you the feeling. It's like, what the fuck? What the hell is happening? I almost swore then, but I didn't. It's so crazy, and you do expect no's, but what's nice is that when you start to expect/accept yeses, because it's still a bit of a, oh God, like, I can't believe this is a yes. How is this a yes? And how is there another yes now? Oh, what?
So how would you deal with a no nowadays, and how would you deal with a yes?
A no is just, yeah, all right, I thought it was going to happen anyway. Like, it just feels like, and maybe this is bad as stuff to say, but just expected. But the thing is with me now, with no's, it's like, okay, it's fine. It doesn't mean it's no, it just means not right now. So if someone says no to me, I'm not going to let them really say no to me. I'll be like, well, I'll be back next week, or I'll be back in 2 months, or I'll do more stuff to show you why it's going to be yes next time. Because the funny thing is with me, with Nettle, where me and Angus have presented on, and Rinse, I applied for them years ago and even continue to apply for them, and it was no or no email response, and now it's yes. Yeah. So that's
just not right now, or not you.
Yeah. And I think you can't get disheartened by no's. You just, if you want it enough, then you have to just make it a yes. Yeah. Eventually. Yeah.
And then with the yeses, you were almost saying that even when people say yes, it is that, huh? Why? What are you saying?
Yeah, it is. It's a bit like, you know what happens with me? It's a yes, and then I'm really excited about it, and then I'm like, oh no, but something's going to go wrong. Like, they're actually going to turn around and say no, or they actually didn't mean to say yes to me. They meant to say yes to Barbara over there, or like something's going to happen with the dates or whatever. So that's what happens in my head. It's not until it's physically happening for me that I can actually accept that it's happening.
And that's just a natural response, or like, obviously, because I'm in therapy as well. I go to therapy.
We love
therapy, because it's important to talk about those sort of thoughts and feelings. Do you find that helps with the therapy, and, you know, sort of navigating those yeses to actually just be like, enjoy them, and like, yeah, I did this and I'm proud of it? And
it's a good question actually, because a few weeks ago, when I had done my first Rinse show or whatever, I went into my therapist's office, and I just want to celebrate that I've done it, and she was so happy that I said that, because you can't force me to do that if I don't want to do that. And I was like, I need to just take the time to do that, because I think what happens is you're like, yeah, great. Okay, so what's next? And I've definitely been experiencing a lot of that recently.
No, you just need to just be like, no,
Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I sometimes do this meditation, which is called a trust muscle meditation, which makes you listen to it when something that you've wanted to happen happens, and you like really allow that to hit you and be like, this happened. Yeah. And it's been happening a lot recently, which is amazing. But I also find it a bit scary because I'm like, oh, when is this going to stop? That's a whole other thing.
Do you still feel that it's like a bit of the imposter, just sort of like on the shoulder, just be like, hi.
Yeah.
Just yet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, And I do think it's my brain trying to keep me safe. Because I don't think you should make an enemy of your brain, but it's definitely there.
Just do that sort of like, I hear you.
Yeah.
We're just going to move on.
We're just going to keep going. But thank you. But we're going to keep going.
Speaking of keeping going.
Yeah, he loves segue.
Segue.
Love.
So track from the artist that you'd most like to meet.
Yes.
Do you want to tell us a bit more about, so the track is Second Sermon by Black Sheriff?
Yes.
Tell us a bit more about it.
Okay, so he is quite oh, by the way, I'm trying to work this out. I don't know if he is called Black Sheriff or Black Sharif. I don't know. I've been having this argument with people. Some people say Sheriff, some people say Sharif. So that's why I was thinking it could be Sharif because it's one F.
I feel like from listening to the track, it sounds like it might be more Sharif.
Should we go with that? Let's say Black Sharif. Okay.
Let us know in the comments. That'd be great.
Yeah, perfect. So he is a 21-year-old. He's so young. I'm like, wow, Ghanaian artist specializing in Afro beats, I would say. What genres, I think I've said. I don't know. I just love all of his music. I love every single song. Sometimes Spotify does a great thing where it will just take you on a journey of songs that you haven't liked or whatever. Yeah. And if I'm not looking at my phone and a Black Sharif song comes on that maybe I didn't know because I'd not heard it yet. I just know it's him because I'm like, this is so good. And people are going to probably come for me with what I'm about to say, but I think he's better than Burna Boy.
Now, everyone is entitled to their opinion. That's your opinion. I think we should celebrate it.
I'm going to celebrate it with this.
Available.
Anyway, available on Vinted. I don't have a huge amount to say about it in terms of like my journey with him as an artist because it's really new. It's a new journey. I only discovered him towards the end of last year. Yeah. But I just think he's amazing. His album, The Villain I Never Was, is so good. Every song is like, ooh, huh. And also, there's a producer called Grindalf who's done an edit of his song Second Sermon. And this edit is so good. I'm like,
it's the one.
It's amazing. It's just great. I love to play it in my sets. But I've just remembered something actually about the reason also why Black Sharif is a little bit of a one for me is because I have a gym nemesis. And he works at my gym, and this song several of Black Sharif's songs have sort of got me through hard times with my gym nemesis when I've wanted to get a dumbbell and smack it against his head. There's so many things I want to say, but I shouldn't say them.
Well, what we do is we're going to play the track, Second Sermon by Black Sharif, and we're going to have a little bit more understanding about this nemesis.
Perfect, great.
So last but not least, a guilty pleasure, shall we say?
Yeah. Okay, so this one was a bit of a difficult one because I was also going to Take That Babe my guilty pleasure because that would seem like the obvious choice.
That was what I was kind of thinking.
Right? But I've picked this Fred Again track because I feel like working in the electronic music scene, the underground music world, there is a lot of kind of about Fred Again. Like if you say you like Fred Again, people are like, oh God, he's so commercial, or he's from he's a lord and he's from a really great background. So that kind of thing. And so I have felt a little bit ashamed to like Fred Again in a way, even though like, even if he is a lord, I still think he's really talented. You can't deny his talent, you know? No. And I think it's amazing how he platforms, you know, lesser known artists or random artists that he just finds on Instagram. And this is one of my favorite tracks. It's with an artist called Berwin. Yeah. I think that's how you say his name. Yeah. And it's just very in your feelings, in your emotions. And Fred Again just gets me. Like, I don't mean he gets me as a person. I mean, he gets me in my heart.
Gets you in the soul. You know?
Right in my Manchester United heart. So this is Berwin, All That I Got Is You by Fred Again, and it is my guilty pleasure.
Okay, so Talina, thank you so much for coming today. It's been an absolute joy having you on the show. Really appreciate your time. Have you enjoyed it?
I have had a fantastic time. I've also been very impressed by your presenting skills.
Thank you very much.
And I'm impressed with myself as well for allowing someone else to take control of the situation.
Thank you for letting me take control.
Also, I just wanted to say one more thing.
I think I know what it is, but please go.
Glory, glory, Man United.
And that's all we've got time for today. But thank you so much for tuning in to the Fairs podcast. A huge thanks for tuning into FairPlay today. We hope you've enjoyed hearing tales from across the festival site.
Subscribe to the Fairs channel and follow our socials for more content.
See you next time.
Bye.